one spot. Put my feet up like honey, I'm home.
That shit, we on 16th and Emberson and shit, like right here. And like Killingsworth is just like right down the street and shit. And this shit's my grandma's house, 5319. And you just be over here clicking and shit. Like back in like the 80s and the 90s and shit, like, you know, the drug influences, you know what I mean? Like the whole block was clicking and shit. So it's like crazy to be back over here and look like over the houses and shit across the street is just different as fuck, you know what I mean? It's like 2 extra houses. It used to be like a land over there. This house over here used to boom. House over here used to boom. Shit down the street. Like you have a garage back here and then turn this motherfucker into something just totally different, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's crazy to be back over here, man, walking up and down the block. People over here in the house and shit, otherwise, you know, try to see if we can get in there or something, you know what I mean, sitting on the stairs, but it's crazy, man. One Stop Record Shop used to be down there and shit. The shit ain't there no more. Store still.
Product of the 80s, we played in front of the trap house. I done seen it all, and this ain't nothing to brag about. Watch the Reagan era destroy a whole community. Killingsworth was booming. God gave us immunity. Have you ever seen a fiend scout with a whole rug? Straight shooter in hand, burn marks on their thumb. I have. That shit is like some real live zombies.
Who is Drex and where'd he come from? I mean, it's like, it's really a broad question, but for the purposes of what we doing here, I want to be known as an artist. I mean, I'm not a rapper, I don't trap, just purely an artist, a dude that's passionate about his craft. And as far as where I came from is where we're standing right now, Killingsworth. So 16th to Killingsworth, Northeast Portland. I would say 11th to Skidmore, down to 23rd in Alberta. Pretty much anything Northeast Portland is me. So I don't live here now, but this is where I'm from and this is what I rep. As far as being an artist and what it means to me, being an artist to me is just being a one-on-one, being able to express myself in a capacity and be passionate about what I'm doing, pushing out to people a product that they can identify with, relate with, and understand. So I just naturally got a passion to create and have to put out material, be it through drawing, be it through music, be it through, you know, the way I dress, etc. Just an expression of self. So just naturally, I don't want to be pigeonholed or put into a box, anything specific to anybody that you hear and coming out. It just means being able to put out my craft, something I feel passionate about, and that it's accepted in some capacity. It ain't got to be accepted right now, because accepted right now might mean that everybody got it, and I don't want everybody to get it out the gate. I want them to discover it later and identify with it, and then, you know, relate to it and grow with it. So being an artist to me is just being able to push that craft out there and have it accepted in some capacity.
New king, I want everything. Fly nigga, fly whip, that cocaine 14 Chevy thing. Self-made.
So if you looked at my iPod, would you find some interesting shit? I would say so. Like, I think, and this is the difference between artists and rappers. Rappers is only going to listen to rap music, and that's just it. So as far as the artist is concerned, you're going to have a plethora of music, and if you was to listen to my iPod, you're going to find that the thing that you'd probably be surprised by most is like the 80s music that's on there. You might get some Aha, Take On Me, the Sunglasses at Night joint on there, but you know, people take them and sample them and recreate these beats, but I listen to the originals. You know, I listen to 70s soul a lot, like I'm an old soul, and the cool thing about the block that we standing on is my grandma's house is like right up the street. And that's where I learned all of it from, just to be able to be open to just a wide variety of music. So yeah, if you put it on shuffle, you might come across something that you like, word. But for the most part, I mean, it's a lot of instrumentals on there. You know, definitely some current artists, some local artists for sure. And then other than that, man, it's just, you know, some randoms. I love music.
Move that dope, move that dope. Metaphor, this that dope. Young nigga, move that dope. Pyrex, move that dope.
Standing the test of time, and as far as my content is concerned, I feel like before, I would never be able to say yeah. I feel like I was more metaphor driven. I wanted people to know I was the dopest artist and had the hottest bars. But since then, I think I've grown as an artist, put myself in a position where all the music that I'm putting out is things that people go through, things that I go through. So really just living off of experience and documenting it, and then going back and putting it to a sonic sound and pushing it out. And I feel like things that set Pac aside, that set Biggie aside, was just really being relatable for things that people can identify with, and when they look back at it and listen to that moment, they relive in that moment and say, you know what, I felt it because I lived it at that point in time. A lot of the stuff that I'm doing, I'm writing down, I'm capturing moments, and then I'm going back and then finding beats to spill on and just, you know, get those moments and relive them. So everything that you're getting now really is from my heart. I'm passionate about it. and it's just you know, real relatable music. So I would say so.
That I'm underrated, that's cool. I'm about to show you Operation Kill Everything, motherfucker. I told you the last thing.
So as far as nationally, I would have to say Jay-Z. That's probably my #1. After Jay-Z, I have to give it to probably Pusha T, say Jadakiss. So I like dudes that, you know, they have this influence and through the music, it's not necessarily just beat relations, it's not party music, but it's more like it's filmy music, and they stay in their lane. Like Kiss ain't getting out of his lane, Push ain't getting out of his lane. Jay-Z might teeter-totter in and out, but he had a position where he can do that. So I would say probably those 3 are my standouts right now. So as far as the refix is concerned, I mean, it's on mixtape beats. And I mean, I feel like sometimes people might think that that's going backwards opposed to original creations, but it really was an opportunity for me to show different styles on different material that's kind of current and relevant, or beats that people actually would identify with and felt like they was dope as fuck. And just went in on them, you know what I mean? 7 beats every single day, building up to a project that I feel like was going to be strong for my movement that I'm building for Metaphoric Dope. And you know, I went in, pushed it out, felt like it was a success, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do. So, you know, push that one out. Next, you'll get the Refix 2, and continue to build that buzz, and then drop product after I've built that fan base and got people to identify with the sound.
Tell me what defines you, or is you still trying to find you?
I would say the Refix, the whole sessions for the Refix started around 10 o'clock p.m., wrapped up around 2 o'clock a.m. So yeah, I gassed on every single one of them in a short duration of time and went and recorded it. And you know, I'm feeling like one take Drex around here, you know what I mean? Knocked every one of them sessions out, and that was within a 4-hour time frame. So really the whole fix sessions probably in an 8-hour time frame, from write to recording and then pushing it out right after the product. So I do my best writing in crunch time, and I feel like that was crunch time, so I had to get it done. Refix 1. It's official.
The heart of men is fading, the world is getting colder. I'm just trying to advance the culture. Pyrex.
So as far as the process that I have for like doing music is, obviously I gotta find the music that I need. So listen to instrumentals until I find the beat that I'm looking for. In my mind, I already kind of know what direction I want to go with songs. So I'm looking for a beat that actually falls within that concept that I'm already looking for. And then once I found the beat, I think a lot of people hear beats and they just naturally start writing the concept or just start writing the hook. I don't do that. The next piece from there for me is to actually go design the cover. I need to visually see where I'm going with a song, and then the concept flows after that. So I think it's a benefit that I can sit down and pull up Photoshop and, you know, grab art and PSDs and just modify this cover art to fit wherever I'm trying to go direction-wise with a song, and then go back and record. So when we look back at like the Refix 1, for example, I already knew exactly with the cover art. You've seen that prior to you hearing any songs before I even wrote anything. That's exactly like an example of the process that I have.
Feel like I'm highly unfuckwittable. Nice. I let you niggas breathe, but
last words, they would have to be that, you know, I love my son. You know, to just be a great father, that's a priority to me, so I would want everybody to remember me for that. But as far as musically is concerned, I probably would say that he did things his way, you know, like he put out music that he felt like that he did what he felt was right, that he wasn't trying to fit in and just identifying with being a one-on-one at all times. He did what he felt was right, because he knew eventually people would catch on to it. So that he stayed true to himself is probably the last words that I would speak.
Me down, and don't forget the rims while you at it. When you missing, who's snapping, my name should be automatic.
The next after the Refix 1 is gonna be the Refix 2, and then you're gonna get a single off of the project that I'm working on. And I'm not gonna give up the name now. I'm gonna want to be able to drop the name later, as well as the cover art to it. But you'll get the original material straight to finish. You know, it'll be a Metaphoric Dope pressed up mixtape and pushed out. We'll have a lot of surprises on it. And if anybody know me, you know the mantra is silent grind. So I'm not gonna give out too much and until I'm ready. So